everybody, how's it going? So I'm trying to smile because I have absolutely had a hell week this week. On top of it, I've had a hell day. However, I just got a phone call from Pilot Freight and they have a delivery coming for us. So let's go get ready to go meet them and pick up the delivery between phone calls. Back out here to go up the hill, but actually went up the hill and somebody called me, so I ended up on a phone call instead. So I just want to say huge shout out to APR Performance. Check that out. We'll pop this open. By the way, huge shout out to Ryan and team for helping out with the sponsorship on the Ferrari. They don't normally make these wings for the Ferraris, so as I'm twisting you every which way but loose, trying to get a key in between this thing and the tape, so I can pop this damn thing open. I'll just show it, and look at that, they double boxed this. There we go. Let's pull this box out. Even get it pulled out of here. Yep. Check this out. Ta-da! Look at the size of that wing. That is a Ferrari 360 APR Performance wing, and it is incredibly well wrapped, so I know that it's in good condition. Check that out. Huge shout out to Ryan. These are a ton of APR Performance things, and I asked them if they would to get everybody in the factory to sign it, and he said, no, I can't do that because it might mess up the finish of the wing. They sent me those, and you can see GTC 500 360 71-inch wing. How cool is that shit? I'll get a video together of us putting this on. Meatloaf, you just said you're making cocolieta. But then you said you're not making it for me. What's up with that?
I'm making the meatloaf for you.
Oh, meatloaf. My wife cleaned my office. It looks so good. I'm doing a good job of trying to keep it clean. Hold on, sugar wall. Anyways, let's go out here and let's get the cars out of the way. I gotta get the R8 outside. I believe it's raining. We still got salt in Salt Lake City out here, like my dirty socks. It's a whole nother story. Look at that, still got salt falling off there. You ready? I'm probably upside down now. I am. Hold on. Gotta love that beautiful V10 sound. Make sure I don't take out a post here as I'm pulling this thing out of the garage. Gotta get the microphone outside so you can actually hear the engine. Da bull, das bull. I'll be back. A little bit of turbo whine. I'll never tell. Ooh, you hear that? Okay. Look at this. Look at that. The Ving. I gotta get that shit out of there. Okay, let's go lower the Ferrari. Let's get this. I still got the frunk all taken apart. Don't judge me. Yes, it's a mess in here. Coming down. All right, as we're letting this down, I need to go inside and change shirts because yesterday, my wife's gonna kill me. Yesterday, I went out and put new chlorine tablets in the chlorinator for the pool, and I got bleach on the back of my nice Ted Baker shirt. So another Ted Baker with French cuffs. I'll go get out of this. And by the way, my wife just came outside and said, are you busy? And there's a whole long story about this because the other day she stumped her foot and she's like, ow! And Dick goes, Mom, are you okay? She goes, no, I'm not okay. Why would you ask somebody that? So she just came outside, and of course I'm tearing this box apart. She goes, are you busy? And I'm like, is that like you stumped your toe and somebody asked you if it hurts question? And she goes, can I get my screen back? So I have the splatter screen, which is my splatter screen, by the way, that, well, what's mine is hers, what's hers is hers, so it's okay. Anyway, she's like, can I get that back? I'm like, well, I used it to filter out all this stuff out of the sandblast cap. She's like, I'll buy a new one. So, all right, we've got this done. Don't know. The best way to get your exercise when you get old is God gets you back. He makes you forget like shit you're doing. So, you wanna go outside? Come on, go ahead. Take one of the cars for a ride there, Pete. Anyways, I must go back inside like 5 or 6 times, so it'll be pouring rain by the time I think about it. And of course, I will. But all right, let's get this thing open. What do we have here? Hold on. Set the tripod up. Is that gonna work? Hold on. There we go. All right, let's crack this biatch open. Again, APR, sponsor on the Stallion, supporting us with this wing, and APR Performance APR Tuning was a sponsor on the R8, which you guys infamously know as Les Boules. So check this out. Here are our support posts, which are really nice. And let's see what's inside of here. I don't know, did they give us backing plates? Have to figure that out. They give us all kinds of good stuff. If you guys don't know, how I got introduced to APR Performance was doing a whole bunch of reading on aerodynamic wings for cars, and I read about the GTC 500 when they developed it for the R8. And the GTC 500 on the R8 at 130 miles an hour on the track on the front. Oh, those are the carbon fiber sides. I want to be careful with those. These are the bottom struts and supports. So we can go ahead and pull those out. Oh, and it even has, look at that, it even has a rubber piece that goes on the bottom. So we're gonna have to put all this together and then lay it all out. So how cool is that? Carbon fiber. Look at that. So we've got 3 mounting points total on this, and make sure that the holes line up. They somewhat do. Hey, check that out. Okay, so we've got everything in here. Let's go over and take a look at what we're gonna have to do on this car. So, first things first, let's talk about the layout on here. So if you guys don't know, let me just... It's easier if I kind of break this thing up a little bit so it doesn't end up by being 5 hours long. So this actual piece here, one whole piece I bought, and I'll have to go back and look at the guys and give them credit, so I'll put the video right here on the guys. I think it was EMS, but this is actually red. It's off of a red 360 that was wrecked. Had a little bit of PDR in here that we did. I'm not going to give them credit because they did not cut me any kind of deal, by the way. So screw them. But I'm going to have to cut this guy when I figure out where everything is. I'll just have to drill the holes through it, and then I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to do reinforcement between here and here for all of those plates. And I've got some aluminum sheeting to do that. But what I want to do is make sure that I pull that through and I get some backing in there. And then what I have to do is over here where these holes are, I'm actually going to put hood latch pins. I'm going to fabricate them down here, and I'm going to run hood latch pins up through here. I'll have to relocate some of this stuff so that when I close this, as I started to talk about the GTC 500 wing a minute ago, as I close this, when this thing actually starts to perform, if we get a little bit of verbal underneath of it, we don't want to have happen to us what happened to the original first R8 on the track, which was it took the whole engine deck and ripped it off the back of the car. That's why if you look at the R8 ones, they are firmly, rigidly mounted now. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab the wing by myself because I don't have any help because the kids are worthless. No, I'm just kidding, they're really good kids, but they're worthless in helping me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing just mounted up with the top supports and put the bottom supports on, and I'm gonna get it laid on here. I'll raise this up so it sits level, and I'm gonna figure out exactly where my installation points are, and I'm gonna go ahead and tape all this off, and I'm gonna mark it up. And what I'll do is after I get my markups laid and it's all set, I'll come and mark my drill holes, and I'll go ahead and drill through the Ferrari deck, which, you know, a lot of you are like, what, you're gonna drill through the Ferrari deck? Well, that's why I bought a second one, because the original is sitting over there on the floor, supposed to be crated, but I've been lazy. It's going on my wall in my office, actually. I need to put it up there. But we'll get all this laid out and at least get the wing on here temporarily. So where are you going, Petey? Where are you going? What you looking at? So dog's trying to run off over here. Let's get him on camera. Where are you going? You trying to take off? What's up, buddy? Get over here. Say hi. Why the long face? So what we'll do is we'll get this guy all set up and then put into place. And then once that is done and we've got all of our screw holes and everything set, then we're going to come back and we're going to go ahead and do our cutouts with our cutting wheel, and we'll get some reinforcement up underneath there, probably some aluminum or steel, so we've got some good backing in there. And I want to make sure it goes crossways and it goes underneath, so the support's really good and it's on the deck and it's not going anywhere. And then after that, I haven't ordered hood hinge pins yet, but I will get those ordered, and I'm probably going to go down to one of the shops down the street here that does fab work, and I'm going to get them to help me. One of the big things I don't want to do is I don't want to destroy this beautiful wrap. So I'm going to make sure that I grab the old the frog tape, get the frog tape laid out here really good, so when I'm doing my markups and everything, that it doesn't mess up the wrap. Anyways, I'll get this thing set up. I'll probably put the camera up there on the lift by the big red box and throw it down here so you can watch me fumble around with this in fast motion, and you don't have to listen to me talk relentlessly for like 3 or 4 minutes at a time. I want to go further forward. I don't know that I want to bring it all the way to the back. I got to look at the mounting designs. I don't know if there's a lot of instructions. Well, there's no instructions on this side. I want to start on a Ferrari. So we're kind of making it up as we go. I think it looks pretty badass though. So overhang and everything's going to be pretty good, but I think I might need to come a little bit more forward. Let's go look at the side view of where this guy sits. It sits back a good bit. Let's go look at the R8, it's actually, it's in line, you can't see it, but I don't know. I think that's going to be about right. I might need to change the aerodynamics on that thing once I get it on there. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be too far back. Let's try to look from the side here where we're going to be. I think our overhang is going to be just right, believe it or not, and that is actually centered. So I'm going to run a tape line on each side of it. I've already got it measured off on where we have it, so our mounting points aren't too bad. And it's way out to the edge, which is fine. It's going to be hard to get a piece of aluminum in there. I'm probably going to have to do it. I have to cut out the sides and run it through the side, but I think that'll be fine. We'll get it up in there. Not too bad. Looking pretty good. Nice big ass wing. Probably be right in my lens. We'll get these lined up. So I've got the layouts, everything is good on the top, which means we're gonna have to drill holes and get this set up so we can get our screws and everything set in the bottom of this, and we'll Loctite those in there and get those set here in just a minute. I am gonna be smart and I'm gonna grab all this because my luscious wife has made dinner for me and it is ready. And I don't want this shit to get rained on. So we'll get all of our parts down here. And we've got, again, all of our markups done. So I will come back out after dinner. I'll get those holes drilled. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and set the holes in that first. I'm going to make sure that my bolts line up before I do anything funky. I'll put these on top of it and then tape them off on there, and then just double check my holes and try not to booger up the vinyl as I'm doing that as a one-person job, because I don't even get any help around here. I did when Grayson's here, but not so much with the little ones. But should be cool. Should be getting set. Hopefully it doesn't rain. What are you waiting for?
Dim the light to thing.
Oh, just cooling.
We're waiting on you.
Waiting on me? What are you waiting on me for? What was I doing? I was doing dinner. Let me see if our deers is still out there. All right, 10 pounds heavier. Holy shit, my wife can cook. Anyways, whew. Have me some meatloaf. Let's see what we got here. We've got our layout set in here. Everything's measured up. We've got it marked. Gave the Sharpie a chance to dry. And then what I'm gonna do is I gotta put a little bit of tape over top of these and I gotta remark them again. Alrighty. Let's look at this guy. So for some reason, my holes, well, no, actually they're going up. I just didn't run any further. Get that back out of the way. And get this lined up there. There. That's correct. Okay. Much better. All right. Get that set right there. Let's go get our drill and so. I got this thing all set up over here. Let's show you the top. Let's get this wing up and over. Everything should hold on. And just gotta be careful and not scratch a little bejesus out of. Well, looks about right. Nothing like drilling holes in a Ferrari, guys. Get the old day going good. Alrighty.
Hole number one.
never say this, but if you like this video, hit like. Oh, goodness. Saved by the battery. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. I never say that. Is that bad? Not self-promoting, which is all good. Okay. Peter, what you doing, buddy? Let's check and see how well we did on our hole alignment. And just note that I went with the exact size fit on the drill bit on purpose, because I know I can always make this bigger later on if I need to. So. That side is in. All right. So, as they say, it happens. I am going to do a reinforcement bar below this, so this won't matter too much. How about them snapples? All right, let's look at what we got here. I'll go ahead and pull my foam out. And tell my measurements are good, by the way. And our wing is straight. Something I kind of cared about. A little bit heavier. I got a funny feeling I'll never, ever, ever see out of that mirror again. Nice and straight, so I can see my form lines on the edges there. The way that it goes up. Did a pretty good job there. I think my measurements worked out there. More carbon fiber. Carbon fiber on the inside. Carbon fiber on the outside. Let's see what our mirror situation is like. Actually, you can see right through it. How freaking amazing is that? No interference at all with your field of view. So now then, let's hope this doesn't completely fall off here. Let's come up and see what we got. Are you gonna stay? I might have to increase the size of the gas struts. Yep, I will, but that's not a big deal. But, I don't know if you can see here. So I see now where I'm gonna have to cut to do my mounting plates in here, because I'm gonna have to do front to rear reinforcement, and then I'll do left to right reinforcements as well. So I'm gonna have to fab some metal to be able to do that. Which shouldn't be too hard, actually, believe it or not. I just gotta do some measuring. So let's lower this down a little bit, and we're gonna pop it back off here in just a second, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do for mounting temporarily. So hold on a second. I'll let you look at that while I walk over here and get something. I'm gonna have to take that wing off, and I am gonna temporarily mount this, but I wanna be really careful, because in absolute all transparency, if I mount this the way that it is right now, I got a funny feeling I would bend the living shit out of that aluminum if I tried to run this down the road. So what we're gonna do is make sure that we can get a bit with the nut up in there. So we're gonna have to pop this wing off and make some holes. I'm gonna do this in fast motion, because I think I'm boring the shit out of you guys already. We cannot forget to do while we're messing with all this stuff. So I've got everything lined up and situated, so we're good to go here. So the next thing we need to do is brand name not to be mentioned, because they're not a sponsor. But one thing that we do want to make sure that we do is get in here and absolutely put some appropriate thread locker on here. So hold that thought, I'll be right back. Thread locker's on there. By the time all this gets set, it's going to be pretty much locked into place. That's good, and let's go ahead and put this guy up here. And get that guy held. Perfect.
Go ahead and take this guy in.
When you have the right tool for the right job, you get the right shit done. So everything's tightened up. Let me show you what we got to do now. So everything we've done here today is temporary. This has all got to be kind of redone. So I've got all my holes in here, and I got all my bolts on my holes, so we kind of got it held. But what we're gonna have to do is, let's not drop that socket in there yet again. So we're gonna have to cut this open from here down to here, across to here, and then across here like that. And then I'm gonna have to cut it on this side, same thing, and open it up. Then what I want to do is I want to fabricate a long piece of metal plate in the center. Well, actually on the rear. No, I can't do it on the rear. On the front. Now I'm going to run it from the front, from here to here, and I'll be able to slide it in there, get it set up. I'll measure, I'll get my holes marked, and then I'll go ahead and cut my holes on each side of that. And then I'll put the front on, and I'll put that plate on there as a stabilization plate so I don't bend anything, right? And then what I'll do is I'll run one from front to back on this as well, a backing plate that my bolts will go over top and connect to. So I've still got a little bit of work to do, but aesthetically, good God almighty, look at that hair, holy shit. Aesthetically, it's gonna look pretty good. So we'll go ahead and get this thing all bolted up, put together, and let you take a look at it. Okay, here, let's get that guy straightened out a little bit. Okay, now let's pull this bitch out and see what it looks like. All right, finished product. Let me flip you around. It's so funny, when you look at it in the back, it looks like it's crooked, and it's not. It's just funny how it looks and how I freaked out when I first saw it. Here on this side, it looks like it elbows and bends around. It's kind of funny. But there we go, give me 2 minutes. Shit looks proper. Contrast there, right? Big ones were too big. What do you think about bit of suspension lowering to do, and we got to play with the brakes a little bit. But we got a pretty good little garage going on here. Wait till we get to work on the Porsche. You know it's coming for that yet, do you? Wait till you see it. In the words of John Taylor Page, till next time.